This anime broke me. Oshinoko, or My Favorite Idol in English, is an anime based around the life of idols, basically the J-pop or K-pop equivalent. We follow a young talented idol by the name of Hoshino and another character who plays a doctor role. His name is Gorou Amemiya. However, things change for the worst as the doctor tragically passes on and gets reincarnated as Ai's child. But wait, that's not all. This isn't your typical reincarnation anime. This looks pretty good towards the end. Honestly, this is my first anime that I'm watching regarding reincarnation, so I had low expectations for it, but my word did I get excited at the end. You will soon know why. The animation is done by Doga Kobo, and wow, they really did a good job with some of these scenes. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it and let's see what happens in the first episode as I give my honest opinions and expectations for the future. This will have spoilers for the first episode only. Alright, let's jump straight into it. We start with the narrator telling us that this is a work of fiction, mainly leading to the fact that idols will lie to keep their fans happy. We are introduced to our Dr. Gorou watching Ai's group, B. Komachi, in the hospital. He gives off perv energy as he seems obsessed with Ai even though she is only 16. We flash back to when he had a patient by the name of Sarina, who looks to be terminally ill. The doctor and Sarina bond, and when Sarina passes, he remembers how much she loved Ai and wished to be like her, that he carried over her obsession as a form of remembrance for Sarina. The hospital gets an unusual visitor who is pregnant. The visitor is none other than Ai and her agent. The agent feels as if Ai came out with her pregnancy publicly, it would ruin both their careers. So the option to terminate or keep the kids is given to Ai to think about. Just as a reference, the agent is not the father, just to put that out there. Ai chooses to keep the children and their twins. Ai and Gorou have a talk on the rooftop on how Ai will keep her kids a secret and be an idol. This is a theme of lying to keep the fans happy coming up again. The doctor checks out for the night but is confronted by a mysterious figure. This figure knows too much about Ai and her pregnancy, so the doc chases him down but is unaware that the stalker is now behind him. He gets pushed off a cliff to his death. At the same time, Ai gives birth to her twins. The scene is really well directed as he decides to end it and pass on, even though he has a responsibility to Sarina and Ai. We see the doc pass on and the title rolls. We see the doc's funeral and then we see him awake in a new body of a newborn child. His new name is Aquamarine, and he is one of the twins that Ai gave birth to. He retains his memories from his past life. This seems to be the best outcome as there's no adult responsibilities as a kid, and he gets taken care of by his favorite idol. We are also introduced to Ruby, who is the other twin. Her personality seems to be a bit needy. We actually find out that this is Sarina, but she doesn't know that Aqua is the doctor as she believes the doctor is still alive and well. The manager's wife is left to take care of the kids while Ai works, but she gets jealous and she tries to expose the kids for her own benefit. The kids come up with a plan to pretend to be gods talking through these kids to persuade her to continue to keep them a secret. We find out idols don't actually make that much of money if they're on Ai's level. They make a fraction of what bigger idols make. Ai prepares for a show but reads some mean comments that bring her down. At the show, her kids are trying to keep a low profile but they enjoy Ai too much and they start dancing. This leads them to go viral, but everything is kept on the down low as the manager's wife says those are her kids. A few years pass and the kids are toddlers now. Ai has a shoot for an advert and decides to bring the kids along. The director at the shoot takes a liking to Aqua as he's very well spoken. Also, don't worry, this isn't the same guy who killed Gorou. I ain't never seen a grown-ass man give a toddler their business card. That was just too funny. The family watched the ad but Ai doesn't get that much screen time, so Aqua calls the director and asks what the problem was. He tells us that it was the other actress and her team. They had more power and it would be an issue to take away from that actress since both Ai and the other actress are very cute. But the director offers a solution. If Aqua acts in this movie, then he will give Ai a big role. Anyway, Aqua accepts and is given a role of a creepy child lost in the woods. He is acting with this other annoying kid called Arima Kana. She thinks she's all that. Anyway, we move to the shoot and Aqua outshines Arima as he acts how the director envisioned. Arima wants a reshoot but loses it when the director refuses. The director talks to Aqua about Arima and says some kids need to learn that the world doesn't revolve around them, and that's why he likes Aqua as a person. We see Ai Ai getting more opportunities, and the dog's body still hasn't been found yet. We move to preschool where the kids are going to practice for a dance that they will show their parents. Ruby gets scared as when she was alive as Sarina, she was never able to walk on her own and always fell due to her illness making her weak. At home, Ruby gets a choreography help from her mom, and her mom says that she will fall more if she continues to be afraid of falling. She finally beats her fear and can dance. Ai contacts her baby daddy to update him and asks if he wants to meet the children. She also reveals her new address to him. The manager throws a small party for Ai for her success. We also get a small flashback of when Ai was scouted by his agency. She debates the fact that she cannot love or never has been loved, and the agent says that being an idol is all about lying. We see her eyes gain some shine as she considers it. He tells her that the more she lies, it might be the truth, so she wants to be an idol so she can say I love you to someone. She contemplates saying it to her kid, but she feels as if they might be thinking that she's lying. A new day begins and the doorbell rings. Ai is greeted by a hooded man with flowers. Her life flashes before her eyes as we see her getting stabbed in the gut and falling back. Aqua enters and sees a bloody knife with blood all on the floor. The killer is the same stalker that killed the dog. He goes on a rant about Ai not loving the fans and hiding the kids, lying to everyone. She tells the stalker that her lies are love and that she wanted to continue to lie until it was the truth. She says even though the stalker did all of this, she still loves him. He questions her, asking if she remembers him, and to his surprise, Ai does. The stalker freaks out saying this is not what he wanted and runs off. Aqua knows she got stabbed in a vital spot from his doctor experience. Ai holds him tight, asking if he's hurt. She worries about all the people she'll disappoint not going for the show or finishing the movie. Ruby feels something is wrong, but Ai comforts her by saying that she hopes to see Ruby as an idol one day, and comforts Aqua by saying he'll be an actor one day. She is grateful that she was their mother and tells them I love you, and she means it this time. We see Ai tear up, the light leaves her eyes, and she passes. The news is broadcast around the world, as well as the killer unaliving himself. Ruby complains about online idiots being mean. The manager's wife asks if they'll be her kids since she thinks of them as her own. We attend Ai's funeral with a glimpse of the director taking it very hard. Aqua contemplates life and if it's worth living since Ai has passed, but thinks that there must be someone who wanted her dead. This guy must be in the entertainment industry and fed the stalker information. He deduces that it must be their father and says he won't stop until he finds this guy and kills him. He approaches the director and asks him to raise him. Shocked, the director drops his cigarette. A few years pass and they're all grown up. Aqua monologues saying that the prologue has concluded and the revenge play starts now. The end credit scene is a video of Ai that she recorded when Aqua and Ruby had their first birthday, and that is the episode. This was an amazing introduction to an anime. I came into this feeling as if I won't enjoy it because I never watched a reincarnation anime before, but wow, was I speechless. I love how it becomes a detective / crime solving anime at the end. I will give my thoughts on the direction, story and animation and sound, but remember, don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more. The direction was amazing. The angles and how they decided to frame things was creative. I read a bit of a manga to see what they adapted and it was about 5 or so chapters. My biggest shock is how they made Ai's life flash before her eyes as she was being killed. This part wasn't in the manga and it only showed her being killed. This episode was directed by Daisuke Hiramaki. Their other works seem to be similar and they share a similar vibe. I haven't seen who directs the other episodes, but if they continue to, I feel like this show will go a long way. The story is absolutely amazing. Starting with the Doc and Ai and introducing Sarina, we stay with most of them throughout the episode. Having it move from reincarnation to the detective show is amazing. It took me off guard by a lot. The emotions conveyed to us are good, as I felt so many emotions during this. Sadness, happiness, anger and hype. I am super excited to see where this goes. I probably won't read ahead in the manga depending on how good the season ends. The animation was so crisp, it felt like movie quality. Every scene conveyed the emotion you'd feel. The Doc's death was dark and showed stills of his body dying. The scenes with Sarina were mostly grayish and most scenes with Ai were bright and filled with color. I loved the eyes and the star shape. It's a very unique take. The best scenes would have to be Ai passing, the flowers getting covered in blood, and just the entire scene where she literally loses the life in her and we see her body look less colorful. She continued to keep the image till the end. The scene with Aqua and the abstract lines were perfect. Anime really added a lot to the manga. They really didn't have to go this hard. The soundtrack was exceptional. The music was hype and the background music always fit the emotion. I would definitely add that end credit song to my playlist. The voice acting was amazing. Props to Ai because she always sounded cheerful and made sure everyone was happy too. The stalker's performance was so good. He sounded crazy and felt menacing. I can't wait to see what the kids sound like and act on like later on. This first episode was amazing. A great intro into a new genre that I'm trying out. I'll definitely review the entire season when it's all out, but for now this ep gets a 10 out of 10. I can't really give it anything lower because I feel like it would be doing it a disservice. I honestly recommend you watch this if you want to try something new or have nothing else to watch. A couple of episodes are out now, so you can binge that too. Anyway, what do you think of Oshinoko? Is it something that you would watch? Leave your thoughts in the comments and any facts you might have. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed this and subscribe for more anime content. It's your boy ZenMasterKai signing out. Take care and have a good day.